to create your hiring ads for Facebook. So you may have experience of creating some Facebook ads before, but it's different when it comes to hiring. So let's jump in, create a Facebook ad step by step so you know exactly what to expect when creating your hiring ads on Facebook. Okay, so here we are in Facebook. For your objective, you will either choose traffic or you will choose conversions. You will choose conversions if you have run hiring ads before and you have data based on the people that have visited your hiring ad page. If not, I want you to go with traffic. So we're going to click through and click continue. Okay, so we're in our campaign. The first thing you're going to do is give it a name. I'm not going to dive into that today because we just want to see the things that you actually need to do to make your Facebook hiring ads go through and get approved. So first things first, your special ad category. If you do not toggle this on, your ad is going to get rejected and you're going to have to come back in, toggle it on and make amendments that will let your ad get through. So if you don't select this here, your ad gets rejected and it comes through. And you're like, oh crap, yeah, I need to go in and select special ad category. But then you come in, turn it on, and then you get a lot of warnings on your screen because Facebook is going to tell you, hey, you cannot choose any of these targeting objectives because you're a special ad category. So let's have a look more. So here is your selection of special ad categories. And in this one, we're going to choose employment. So we're off to the races. We're off to a good start. We're going to be okay in getting this set up. Next, you just want to select whatever options you're going to choose here for your budget setup. We're just not going to dive into that today. Again, you're going to give yourself an ad set name. So for your actual campaign, are you going to look at setting up a website? So we're sending people to a landing page, or we send them to an app, Messenger, or WhatsApp. In this example, we are going to a website. Next, we're going to scroll down and we're going to choose our budget. So we're stick with $20 a day. I'm going to say, okay, I want my ad to start on Monday. Monday's always a great day to start an ad, by the way. Next, this is our next big difference between the audience that we can set up for our normal ads and the audiences that we can set up for employment. So Facebook is starting off by telling you, if you use a custom audience, be sure that your audience selections do not discriminate against people based on certain personal characteristics. Okay, so what would be a good lookalike audience to use here is a lookalike of people who have visited your hiring ad page. Or if you don't have that, I would go with a lookalike audience of your website traffic, because depending on your business, it's just the simplest and easiest way to be able to find people. Now, they will need to have characteristics, obviously, to be able to use the lookalike, because if you're looking for a lookalike of high net worth people is your website, so you have a website that attracts high net worth people, but the people who work for your company are not high net worth, that audience is not going to work for you. So if we were using our custom audience of your landing page visitors for your hiring ad, that's going to be perfect. So that's our ideal world. Next, we're going to have a look at the location. So if I take out Canada here, you can only go so this is another one. You can only go 15 kilometers or 15-mile radius around a location. And you want to make sure it's people living in the location. Like none of this is, so people living in or recently in, that's not great. For hiring ads, you want people living in this location. So next, let's have a look here. We're going to enter Dublin, Ireland. And you'll see here, 15 kilometers is what's set up initially. You cannot get outside of that 15. You can make it larger, but you cannot make it smaller. And I work with a lot of small businesses who want people who live in the area to work there. And 15 miles is huge for them. So they don't want people to be working for them if they live too far because of the public transit or whatever reasons that they want. But there is no way around it. So the minimum you can go is 15 miles, and you can also not use postcodes. You used to be able to use postcodes, but you can't anymore. So you need to go with dropping your pin, entering a city, going with your 15-mile radius that way. And even here, Facebook is going to tell you their zip code selection is unavailable. Location selection must include all areas within a 15-mile radius of any selected city, address, or drop pin. Next we're going to look at here is the age range. So we cannot use any age range at all. So it's 18 to 65. Again, gender. There is no way you can say I want a man or a woman. You have to select all. So it's male or female, but no, you're just going to go in with all there. And next we're going to have a look at the demographics. If we are looking at a normal campaign, you will have a lot of interests and demographics and behaviors to choose from, whereas Facebook have pulled it back. And here they'll even say some detailed targeting options which may include demographics, behaviors, or interests are unavailable, excluding any detailed targeting selection is unavailable. So you can't say I want to hire somebody who's interested in this but not interested in that. And you're also not allowed to say, hey, there's normally a little box under here that says, Facebook says, hey, we'll show your ad to more people if it's likely to improve the performance. That's also gone. Yeah, they don't make it easy. So here, if you were looking for somebody to work for you who was a real estate agent, let's see. You're going to get interest. So look down the right side here. You're just going to see interests. You're not going to see anybody with a job title. So you can just go through and select whatever it is that you want there. Next, you're going to go through, and I would recommend, if you're doing a website, to do all placements and let Facebook optimize your ad where to show it. And then optimization and delivery. So by default, landing page views is selected. And go with it, believe me. So you can go in here and go other options. And there's a nice reason why this is hidden. It's not going to drive results. Landing page view objective basically means I want somebody to visit the landing page. So you want somebody to visit the page with the job details. The rest doesn't mean squat. The rest is just by chance if somebody clicks through. Whereas Facebook is actively going to go and try and find people who are going to click on your landing page view. So ensure that you have landing page view selected. It's going to be the default, but just in case, make sure that's on. And then we're going to click next. And then we're going to select your ad. Make sure the right Facebook page is pulled in here. The next you can do is ad setup. So you can do create an ad or use an existing ad. Use an existing ad means we're going to use a post that you've made on your Facebook page or Instagram page and pull it through and make an ad from it. It works really well because it might have some social proof from your Facebook page, and that's going to be attached to the ad. So you might have some likes, comments, and shares already on that. So you're giving the ad a good start by having that on it. So you can pull that through, or you can go ahead and create your own ad. So if you were going to the existing ad, you would just say use existing post, and then you would pull it through here for select post, but we're going to pretend we're creating our ad. So ideally you want a single image or video or a carousel ad. So if you're doing a carousel, that's the one where you'll see like 6-7 boxes, like squares, like 1080 by 1080 that go along with each other. And they work really well if you're going to do a hiring ad and do like screen grabs of like people who work for you. The benefits of working for you, telling a little story while keeping it fun and engaging and not looking like an ad. The one thing I will say to you is do not use stock images. Do not use stock images. Do not use stock images. Yeah, it's not going to work. So again, single image or video, what would works well again is nice simple image or video behind the scenes, or an employee or somebody who works for you getting out there and people can kind of see what it's like to work for you. Next here, you're going to add your media. So, and then the text. Okay, so the text, what I would tell you is to keep it simple, keep it positive, keep it upbeat, and do not focus on the must-haves or the negatives. Like there's the must-have for every job. Must be available between this, must have a car, must have this. Then, oh my God, these are the horrible parts of the job. And you might be laughing. It's like, why would I put that in the ad? But people put that in the ad. And we want to make sure you do not put that in the ad. So keep it nice and simple and play on the positives of your job. So what's the fun part? What's unique about it? Want something to get the people to click through to your landing page and actually learn more about your job. And then a nice good headline. And play around. Add another option. Fill in different ways of the benefits of working for you. So test it out, what different ones work for you. Again, you're going to come down here, destination. You're going to do website and website URL. Now, this is also another important part. Your ad could be working really well, but you also need to focus on what happens after the click. Because you might say to yourself, your ad isn't working, nobody's applying for the job. But what happens after the click is just as important as your ad. So what happens after the click? First thing I'm going to say to you is, how long did it take your website to load? Go to Google Developer. So if you go to Google and go website page speed test, pop that URL in there. Let's see how long it takes to load. You want to check it on mobile and desktop. If it's not fast, yeah, you're going to lose people. So people are never going to get the opportunity to fill in your application. Next, you want to have like the information. What's the next steps? What is the job? Keep it nice and simple, because you have the whole process anyway of when people are going to go through and apply for the job. So keep it nice and simple. Again, don't overwhelm people, but giving people enough information for them to decide if they want to go and learn more and apply for the job. So just finishing off here for our ad setup is the tracking. Make sure your pixel is on, and then you're going to hit publish. So that's everything you need to know to get started up and get set up with your Facebook ads for hiring. So if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know. Pop them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. Bye guys.